Rimworks Productions. Hey guys, Romantics here, bringing you some more Destiny 2 beta. And again, this is just my, again, I have to state beta. This is the overview for Titans. We're going to be going over their Sentinel as well as their Striker. So we're going to go over both of those. And what you're going to see right now is my very first game of playing with the Titan. It's bad. It's terrible. But let's get into the actual discussion of everything that we're talking about. So we're going to start off with Sentinel, since that's what's actually being shown here. And we're going to start off with the class abilities that go for both. There is the low barrier, which is rallying barrier. And what it does is it puts out a small barrier. And it crouches. You crouch when you're right next to it. What happens is once you pop it, you crouch. Now, if you do want to aim down your scope, that actually makes you peek up. You see right there, and you see how I actually aimed down sights, and my sights went higher. That's because I'm peeking over the barrier. So, again, didn't use it effectively, but I know people that have used it effectively. It's awesome, and it's cool. It's just that's not my playstyle. I'm a more defensive player more than anything. So that's just me. And the reason I'm a more defensive player is just because that's always been my playstyle. I've always been a warlock, and I know warlocks are generally aggressive, but I play them just defensively. That's how I play most of my games. But speaking of defensively, there was the high barrier, which is the towering barricade. And what that does is it just makes a big, huge shield that takes damage, and then once it takes enough damage, it'll actually block. You see right there, some guy just put the towering barricade right there. You can see it's very helpful, especially if you're low on life and you're losing a duel. You can pop that up and just heal up while they shoot at that. Let's get into the actual Sentinel. Sentinel basically has two supers in one. You have your Sentinel, your shield, basically, your standard, and you can throw it. Now, the thing is, it's only one shield that you can throw at a time, and there's a cooldown for it. Now, here's the interesting thing that happens. On the path that we had in the beta, it basically gave us Word of Dawn. But when the actual game comes out, there's the things that you use for the upgrade points that you unlock the rest of the subclass. And what that is instead of having your bubble, your Word of Dawn, you'll actually have the shield only, the Captain America shield. The thing is, you'll be able to have two at a time. So that's what's good about it. The thing is, I'm not too sure, how useful that will be. I think everybody thinks, oh, you have a shield, you can roam, you're immediately attack driven, and not so much. The note that we had that unlocked the Ward of Dawn was centered around melee, and the when you upgrade the other nodes in the full game, it actually centers more about like grenades and things like that, and how you can do things with grenades. You have more shields, and you can be more aggressive. So as of right now, it's defensive, but once the full game comes out, it's possible that you can be an aggressive Sentinel. I just don't know if that's going to be the best thing to do. And yeah, the grenades that they have are suppressors, which I use mainly just because they're super good. They had Void Wall, which was okay, and then they had Magnetic. And Magnetic, again, used to be very, very powerful in D1, or still is powerful in D1, just because it's a one-hit kill, basically. This time, it is not. You do have to pump in a few shots before then. Void Wall is great for controlling space. But if you want to be aggressive, I think the way that you'd be aggressive is with suppressors. You have suppressors, and then you just go in because you know that they don't have any abilities. Ooh, I won that firefight. That's just somebody else. Thank you. But that's pretty much it for Sentinel. You see right there, I built up my wall. I was not behind it like an idiot.
God
I
damn
should
it.
have done so. But
Right.
let's go on to Striker. Striker is interesting. Basically, let's start off with the grenades this time, and they do have pulse grenades. They have lightning grenades, and then they have flashbangs.
I cannot get a handle on this fucking
Pulse
puppy.
grenades were really good. They are able to control space, sort of like that solar, but because they pulse, if the person doesn't know the rhythm of the pulse, it's very easy for them to die because of that. So I would say pulse is the way to go. Lightning grenades are still good. They just added some extra animation, so it takes a little bit longer so that it actually starts pulsing lightning. Um, Now, in the nodes that we have in Striker, basically they help you with those
I'm really
grenades. That
not.
they last longer, they pulse
These
longer,
are
things
lion
like that.
checks.
Um, but honestly, pulse grenades are the way to go. Flashbangs are cool, they're fun. Just to see, just hit somebody with a flashbang and they're just kind of disoriented. It's really fun. Ooh, I got hit with this level bomb there. Nice. I like that. Either way, I'm still Warlock at heart. But the actual super, which is I think it's Seismic Strike is what they call it now. Oh no, it's still Fist of Havoc. The Fist of Havoc is actually a roaming super now. As you see right there, he slams once, and he was still moving around. You can do multiple slams actually, so that's really cool. There is a node in the actual uh, the things that you can unlock that makes it work differently. It's very weird. Um, and like I was saying, it's really weird with the way that they do the node when you unlock it, just because um, actually every slam and every kill with a slam, or with, I guess, yeah, with Fist of Havoc, it would be slam. With every one of those, it increases duration. It's really weird because I want to see how much it actually helps you with duration. Like what it is it just, it has to be just a tiny bit, because if it's more than, 2 slams that you can do with that, that would be ridiculous. That'd be overpowered. So I'm assuming it's just like half a slam, basically. As you can see, I pop Sentinel there. But when it comes to, actually took out a striker there. One of the things that happens with striker is that, and it's with every super really, is you just get team-shotted, and it's really hard to kind of get out of situations. But Striker is very strong. I think it's actually stronger than Sentinel at this point, but that's just my view. Either way, I hope that you enjoyed this overview. Like I said, it's really weird seeing this kind of gameplay for me, just because I want to do better. But hopefully when Destiny 2 comes out, I will do so. But either way, my name is Roman6, and